Oof. Hello, can you hear me, Mash? When I woke up, I was in the universe interior. Who are you? You don't have to ask or remember my name. You won't remember the stream by the time you wake up. It's just a send off before your journey. Are you? I will guess, since you're not caring for the song intense, I'll stick to the central and make a quick exit. You'll unquestionably be chosen for the next ordeal call. But you mustn't rage shift. There's always another way, even if you can't see it at first. Why is that? The fourth ordeal call is simply the proof of Kyoto's sin, and an arrow aimed at your heart. It's been flying in your direction since the day you first picked up your shield. The human order is disposed to let it happen, and displeased to let it happen. Since the day I first picked up my shield, the arrow has stopped for short, piercing your chest, but after the next ordeal, the timer resumed its movement. The arrow will not miss its mark, unavoidable closure. What do people call existential death? The singular is none other than your life's final destination, not in biological sense, but in how the choice is made there, the mark end of your fate. But it is absolutely necessary part of the process for Kyoto. You don't need a second worker dependent on the human order to operate when the artistic screen shows suffice. You need your final destination to be recognizable. Human. Final destination. Forgive me for saying this, but that cannot be the case. I'm Kyoto's demi-servant. I exist to escort and support my master. Aren't there other servants more equipped for this role? Absolutely, better if your experience than me exists in droves. don't know how to properly describe this, but I want to finish my mission. Right, your mission matters more than anything, despite your acknowledging better options. Give the answer for being logical. How harrowing and contradictory. I was only here to warn you. You chose not to heed it. That's all there is to it. Neither of us needs to feel responsible. Lie then, wake up well. Please wait. Thank you very much. I'm very glad for your warning. It's just how do I put this? What's wrong? I still can't afford to reach my final destination anytime soon. So well, do you have any advice, even as a freebie, on how not to die? Great, no wonder I was having a tough time. Again, on what you were saying. I don't know what will happen at the race ship location. All I can offer is good luck. But I do have one message for you. If you want to remain a shooter, you'll lose what matters you to the most. Something you love more than anything else. If you quit being a shooter, you'll lose what matters to you the most. Something you're more proud of than anything else. Farewell, Magia, farewell for magnitude, starborn at the previous caveat. When you wake up from the tribulation, I hope you find the words to say what you couldn't articulate before. Oh, I woke up in tears. Seems like I was having a sad dream. But I can't remember what it was I dreamt about. I feel like a lost piece of jigsaw puzzle. It's nothing unpleasant, but it can't fully escape my mind. My room is dark and quiet, as it's not my usual waking time. The rain outside appears as a volley of stones thrown in my direction. Foe. Oh, good morning, Foe. Wait, it's not morning yet. I don't feel like I can go back to sleep, so I suppose I'll head for the control room. Foe. Just wait a moment. Good morning. Mash, the briefing won't happen for a while. Anything wrong? Nothing in particular. I simply woke up too early. You're not a hard worker. Can you help organize this data then? Yes, ma'am. The Ordeal call has reached its climax. The human orderful station value has been climbing up beneath our notice, and now it's finally recovered to rank B. This will be the de facto last race shift for the Ordeal call. We don't know who or what our enemy will be, but it should be the battle worthy of the final trial. Break a leg, Mash. I will. You can count on me, Da Vinci. My dreams lately have been bloody. Maggie mustn't let their dreams take hold of them. Even without a succubus or incubus on one's case, dreams are the place where the defenseless mind is exposed. Therefore, dreaming demands caution. But I know what's going on. This dream is simply my guilt taking stage, front, and center. Nothing more than the process of making peace with my past. So I have no need to fret over it. I could just wake up and forget the dream. There are drugs to help with that, both magical and scientific. No one wants nightmares. Just pop a pill and never have another nightmare in your life. Unless someone is intervening maliciously. I watch my nightmares regardless of the toll it brings to my physical and mental health. I need to accept them. That's my duty. That's my atonement. Phew. There's nothing new to me. But the hopeless, unpleasant feeling of waking up really can hamper one's mood. And that doubles as a reminder that I'll always be a first-rate magus. How can someone afraid to sin touch upon the deeper mysteries of magecraft? I can imagine my ancestors saying something like that. And they'd be 100% right. I have no counter-argument. I sat away at everything that was on my mind, including this unpleasant feeling. Let's get going. Good morning, Kato. Hi, did you sleep okay? Yeah, why? Nothing. That's one sturdy guy. That's it. Good morning, Kato and Yuki. At long last, the final singular for Ordeal call has been located. Shall we begin the briefing? Gordon made tea and muffins, so help yourselves while you listen. Feel free to refill your cups. Nice. Fortunately, the finish line is the Ordeal call has been made its location clear. First, the Alter Ego Ordeal in Maybe Premiere. Second, the Avenger Ordeal in Saito, Tokyo. These are two trails that we of Korea can identify the magic clear bow. The Alter Ego and Avenger Exocast stopped affecting the Human Order Foundation square. For the third trail, the place we must recon is Florence, Italy. We just don't know what area we'll be race-shifting to. We only have the location confirmed, not how far back we'll go. Regardless, we detected numerous signals of summoned rogue servants, although nothing near Trom's level. Would it be enemies or allies? I'd like you to consider that with all due caution. So a compatible master for this reshift are Yukitomo Kamui. You two will reshift naturally. You don't get to say no, all clear? Yes, ma'am. That's reasonable. Only one servant will be reshift during extraordinary circumstances. The list of compatible servants isn't that long either. Match qualifies for the reshift here. But it seems like we have the option to go with someone else to see. No, as master is Yuki's first servant. I can't concede this responsibility if I'm compatible. He's not right to go. Of course, exactly as calculated. I did ask the remainder servant candidates in advance. Match carrier has their approval. Thank you. Well, she leaves nothing to be desired in terms of combat power and experience. Whatever else we need, we compensate with. So one additional thing before to that announcement. If match makes the reshift, one extra servant will be exceptionally allowed. Is it who I think it is? Yep, it's me, Mash. Have a try. Those high difficulty singulars you can't beat without a strategy guide, or where the black bear gets to shine, am I right? Then I gotta go with you. Let's rock it. Yuki match cut up. The designated experience are incompatible with Fae and other natural spirits, but Habitat turned out okay to go along. No doubt because of her position as Mash's guardian fairy. As said, she points to the possibility of unforeseen circumstances. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, Shion, what rat you are. Ain't every singular like that. I know why I was chosen. I'll take good care of those three. Yes, having Habitat with us will be very reassuring. And for the rest, we can ask the units we summoned on site or a servant already summoned for help. Two good options. True, procedure won't be much different from your average singular. Find the Holy Grail creating it, and if the bearer is an enemy, defeat them. Otherwise, settle it through dialogue. Is there any singularity we ever settle through dialogue? Just because we haven't yet doesn't mean it won't ever happen. Sure, it's nice to be hopeful. One last thing. Speculate that the extra class who through distortion will need to reckon on this time is ruler. Alter Ego and Avenger have been wrecked on. Technically Moon Cancer too. In which case we still have Forgener or Ruler left. Checking the Reshape compatibility list, no Ruler class servant names can be found. You can use them in battle, but having them travel with you is proving difficult. Makes sense. You can't very well bring the distortion itself to recon distortion. Such a unusual restriction is rather fitting for the Ruler class, isn't it? The Ruler class is meant to be summoned Holy Grail Wars Arbiters, or alternative to correct the real war that gone wrong. Precisely for that reason, most heroic spirits compatible with the class are Saints or others with similar mindsets. Misusing those figures always makes us out to be more sinful than the others. Yeah, but we have a fair reason to do so. Even if we appear sinful, we weren't in position to do otherwise. And you can't argue with that. Yes, exactly. It's the fact that we misused them. Also the fact that doing so was necessary. But that doesn't mean our defense will be accepted. Enough talk though. Time to reshift to the last Ordeal call spot. Get ready, set. We'll reconceive you at 14,000 hours. Don't miss it. Okay, Habriiel. Now that meeting is wrapped up, I have something to double check with you. No need, Shion, I got that thing stowed away, no problem. The months of training paid off, now we can switch systems without anything malfunctioning. Well, you know how bad my memory gets. I ended up doubling those two workload. You did well enduring with eventually the Nemo's Professor Tendenberg camp. I don't think it's closed this matter yet if you can help it. Tremendous to advise that many options to consider will result in the operation failing. Sounds about right, but can I ask one thing? Who is it that have too many options, Master or Mash? Both naturally, cruel as it may be. Roger, over-enthusiasm can be bad, true enough. But I'm not keeping this secret forever. I get to choose whether or not it's within reach. Of course you do, you're the best student member in the current Korea for this kind of decision making. With Fairy at the trigger, those hard to come by Urkos will have an easier time nailing us Graston. Now for cutout. Sorry to interrupt your preparations. No worries. I don't have a lot to pack. Why was I called along for this? Don't mind us, Gordov. Brew some tea, if you will. I just wanted to talk to you about serious light. Oh, the Seer's Light, the greater command stone that Cutock supposed to has. Can't he simply not use it? It's not like he has any plans to do so. Or do you? I won't be using it still. Yeah, there is one critical element to the Seer's Light. The fact that they were conveyed to you by mrfluffey. Thanatos, the Earth model that mrfluffey wrote. As like inherited its use and service credential from him. The Seer's Light is powerful enough to bring about miracles. But if I were mrfluffey, there is one feature I make sure to install. Do you know what I'm talking about, Cutock? Remote activation. When conferring power on this level, you consider being able to trigger it at will. Although I can't summarize why Thanatos hasn't done so yet. Suppose it forgot all about them. It's a possibility, but that also raises another issue. You discovered something when Nemo nurse, Shion, and I were examining your body. Go on. Cuck, the life remaining in you is about to run out. Is it? Sounds about right. Wait a second, take an advisor. Don't just drop that on us. Is something like this not possible to mitigate? I tried everything I could. But the Seer's Light is glued to entwined across all your magic circuit. It's impossible to remove while you're still alive, bearing you being a true ancestor capable of coming back from the dead. And the energy needed to sustain Cutock Exemplus is decreasing each passing day. The Seer's Light is feeding on the energy that keeps you alive. And when there is no energy left to sustain you, whatever remains is a shining Seer's Light. We believe this situation to be pretty dangerous. And you don't know how much time I have left. I don't have an exact estimate, but I don't believe you'll make it to the final battle. Got it, and nothing bad will happen to me until the moment I'm gone, right? It's not like you're sick. It's all about speculation proving, but I assume your Seer's Light will consume all the energy keeping you alive. And that's the end of my life. Yeah, I get that part. I just wanted confirmation that it won't be a problem during today's mission. Thanks for that. How exemplus, you don't take issue with that. Not really. I already knew this was a possible outcome at the time I was bred. Leaving that aside, I have a favor to ask. Go ahead. Don't let Yuki or Mash hear about this. We're out to clear the singularity. I'd like to curb any information that could demotivate or distract him. Understood. Thank you, Cutock. Thank you, Rock Pilot. Rock Crew. I'll be waiting in the control room then. Bye. He kept his cool the whole time. I had preferred if he'd been angry with us. Mouthing off and taking advice would be barking up at the wrong tree. He should be mad at mrfluffey for installing the Seer's Lights on the characters. That part must be clear. I know, but Cutock is still so young. Aren't you the one who needs to be angry, Da Vinci? Your sleeping hours have been getting longer. Yuki and Mash are almost the same age, and they won't react so mildly. Nugget really are built different, but I guess he's prepared for the worst. No, that's not what this is about. Although I can't properly explain the difference. Sure. That was less space, determination, and more like if he's a prisoner ready for his punishment. Oh, what are your plans for this mission, Fo? Fo. Staying at home, I see. Master, it's me, Mash. It's full with you. You sure is, come on in. We'll be reshifting soon, Fo. Take good care of the border while we're away. Oh, yes, goodbye. We'll be back soon. He's been staring at Mash as she walks away. Oh, is Mash still not here? She won't be long. Sorry for the wait. It's nice to work alongside you again, Trot, your master. Sorry, am I late? No, right on time. Okay then, everyone ready to save the world. What? Did anything happen? Nothing, I'm seniority here. You don't get to worry about me. Everyone ready to go, team? Gordo, care to do the honors. Match carrot cutout examplist, have a try. And last Yuki. We're at the home stretch of Operation Ordeal call. Reshift to the reckoning singularity. Deliver the verdict. Deliver the verdict. Punish the sinners. To punish is God and furious human. Mankind bears sins, and mankind has been punished. Through the bleaching of pan-human history, we are at the last force to make a final decision. The question that has arisen from humanity's countless transgression. Now then, admit the defendants into the courtroom. Arya and her master are currently in freefall. Not quite matched, it isn't a spawn, but being pulled in. Locations mean building below. There is no stopping. Damn, how are things on your end, Mash? No time ready for falling stance. Master, hold on to me. Master, cut up, or either you hurt. I'm fine over here. And same for me, no damage from landing. You didn't feel it either, Yuki. Even after hitting ground with that much force. You broke his fall unprotected, Mash. Yes, I did. All I could to protect him. I couldn't dampen the shock of the landing itself. The ground isn't dirt, is it? Is it stone? No markings. Isn't that strange, to say the least? Habitrot, where are you, Habitrot? Habitrot. The communications of Chaldeas are out. Who could have seen that coming? What's that sound? I don't know, something mechanical. Matching our left and right. Are these things enemies? Please get behind me, Master. We're surrounded. Is it waiting for us to act? The enemy is gesturing us to follow. Seems so. I'd rather be searching for habitat. No choice but to follow. These guys are mechanical. They seem like automata. They don't match at all with how Chaldea's library describes. All things considered, this building is vast. According to the data I reviewed from today, there are no buildings like this found in forests. Accuracy, I'm not sure if I've seen it before. You can be sure it's no ordinary monstrosity, or any kind of demonic beast either. That being said, it's not exactly a modern robot kind of weapon either. Yeah, but something about it is recognizable. It must be telling us to pass through this door. Looks that way. Guess we better go. Here's a setup that looks familiar. Is this a courtroom? It appears so, but no human presence. It seems that the defendant and the plaintiff are present. Above us. The defendant is Cody. A rare visitor, Ricardo Exemplis, mashed purely. And finally Yuki. It's these three, and these three alone, who stand before us. That is Johnny. She's definitely a spitting image of Johnny the Ark from out of the library, but she's giving off a strange vibe. A level of innocence beyond anything imaginable, totally incorruptibility. I think stuff are other than human. Mash? Can't say for sure with the communication staff, but her syncraft reading is probably on par with the Beast Team Mat. She's on Team Mat's level? Would that mean she's a divine spirit? Yes, her presence certainly resembled the divine spirits we encountered today. So who is this woman wearing Johnny's dark space? Every aspect of today's session is irregular. The people present here are certainly mirrored in sin. That's not up for debate. And yet, there remains not a nation to indict them, nor are there human institution where trials may be carried out. This trials is not civil or criminal nature, but one carried out before the Lord. The trial of mankind. Your demon, the defendant, and the representative for the planet. Bringing the charges has been prepared. Acting for the plaintiff, the prosecutor Kotome Kiri. Are your preparation complete? What? Of course, Your Honor. Long time no see, or perhaps that's overstating. I am delighted to meet you again, Kyoto. Rasputin no Kotome Kiri. And a pulse of the ink. It shouldn't matter which name you call me by, but this time Kotome Kiri will suit you best. I don't get this, Kotome Kiri. What the hell are you scheming this time around? Where the singlarities concern cuddle examples, I'm merely a familiar. Our respective purpose and fact we are here are unrelated matters. Then it's safe to assume to consider you the enemy. If you wish, now I should commence with an explanation. Would that be alright, Your Honor? Proceed. Thank you, Your Honor. Now let me explain to you your circumstance. You and I will be engaging in battle in this courtroom. We will be using our words, presenting evidence, scrutiny as testimonies. I'm saying for the plaintiff, that is, the party that has filed the grievance, the plaintiff ought to be referred to as the very planet itself. Very planet. Correct, the defendant is your collective party. In other words, Kaudia. JP-rKyECtnz. Emasculate. Each of you are culpable for sins and being held responsible for your behavior. What the hell kinds of sin? Allow me to explain. Kaudia has committed sins against humanity, mainly genocide by having driven the lost boat to extinction. JP-rKyECtnz is guilty of the same sin, complicity with genocide. Yuki shares Kaudia's crimes, crime against humanity with regards to the lost boat. As for emasculate, your sin is. Your sin will not be revealed here. What? Only after you recognize your sin as a sin can your trial proceed. Your proceedings are adjourned. For now, you may face this ongoing trial with peace of mind. My sin? We're ready to begin. If you have any objections, do not hesitate to voice them. Only whether or not the judge will hear you out remains to be seen. Then with that standing for the plaintiff, let's make Kiri versus defendant Kaudia. This hearing will come to order. Now with regard to Kaudia's sins against humanity, this should be evident from the Lost Boat discontinuance. The Lost Boats are originally what-if scenarios of history that should not exist. But the humans resided therein, and those histories are no by means of their existence. Therefore, they should be granted the right to exist. Kaudia, who disposed of that right, is guilty of the charge. Even if their worlds are to have disappeared from the very next day, this fact does not change. Considering that the Lost Boat have been annihilated, Kaudia has destroyed the world 7 times more, over, from the first Lost Boat to the 7th. Motivated sins against humanity. Furthermore, Yuki, Master Kaudia, and the primary Petrificator should be collectively charged under the same grounds. To bring us to JP-rKyECtnz, his sin is complicity with Kaudia. Particularly in how Kaudia once parted ways with Kaudia, only to eventually participate in their mass slaughter. And such sin is not a heavier one. One moment please, that was... But he was part of it too! Order, I do not acknowledge your objections, be quiet. He was there though. He was there as well. It's contradictory. Leave it, Mash. Facts are facts. There'll be a time for a rebuttal. Your honest is laudable. The trial should proceed smoothly for it. As mentioned earlier, Mash Curly will put on trial as soon as she is aware of her charges. First though, organization known as Korea in these two, Alyssa know the planet's case, Your Honor. Understood, there are no issues with the contents of the prosecution statements. Then with that, I will pronounce sentence. Say, what? Please wait, Your Honor, we haven't been given a chance to. No, that won't be necessary. The case has been cured. Since the organization known as Korea has destroyed the world, prompt action is warranted. For any all opposing counter arguments from the defense will be overruled. That is absurd. Sentence would not be passed for each of you. Defendant Korea is sentenced to death. 7 counts of genocide makes this the worst crime to ever have committed in history. Since all institutions on Earth with the power to indict or carry out punishment for those have been lost. This court must be bear responsibility of carrying out the punishment. For the master candidate and primary perpetrator, that is Yuki. The defendant is sentenced to exile. He is the direct perpetrator for the crimes. Taking into consideration brainwashing or coercion and codex. It has been decided that the death penalty shall be commuted. Ash Curly, who is not aware of her crime, shall share his exile. The defendant cannot accept the sentence to exile. Although the defendant did not commit murders directly, his roles in abetting is evident. This concludes the trial. Sentence of exile to be executed forthwith, so you are advised to take caution while leaving. That's my work complete, although it does leave a bad taste in one's mouth. No, wait just a minute. I didn't get the slightest chance to speak on my own behalf. Such is how the courtroom is conducted here, cut up. One who wishes to file a complaint must have the power to back it up. I do feel sorry that you were sent here so early in the ratio. Power like a servant has. Unfortunately, we will be unable to engage in idle chat. I trust all 3 of you heard what was said before. As hand of exile, best move would be to take your leave of this place at once, otherwise the execution will make an appearance. You're closing in. Get behind me, master. It's no choice. I should share a warning, Kadia. Instantly, the sins, one colors are turned back upon you. You fear her no more and deserve to go to hell. JP-rKyECtnz, if fortune holds true, I will see you again. Convincing combat operation. Gotta find some way out here. Bunch of rulers. Can I use Avengers? And I first use Mash.
の姿の私に見つかるなんて日頃からよっぽど運がないんですね。元気いっぱいですね。クールいずれはあなたも甘く見ないで。大人になれば BB だって超えられます。私の知恵は世界に隠す。原始的まで落ちてみます？邪魔だよ。時短装填中です。ちゃんとできます。はあ。1、2、3。パズル完成です。
燃焼の用意はできてる？了解了解。これは憎悪によって磨かれた我が魂の本当。ラクロンドメット・デュヘイン。燃え尽きなさいな。そこから先、命の行き止まりよ。了解。どう？邪魔だよ。そこから先、命の行き止まりよ。ああ、もう血で汚れた。マスターちゃん、ハンカチ無断で借りるわよ。この時期は春の星座がよく見えますね。小さなことからコツ。
ruler. just no end to this. I know we're still outnumbered, so we should fall back. But even if we do... Ash, can you hear me? Avatar, where do you... We're better, just focus for not getting away. There's an opening to the left and slay behind you. You ought to be able to break through it. Right. There. Here and this way. Right, quickly. The Hostile are in pursuit, but they don't seem to be that fast. Let's just focus on getting out of this building. First we find a safe spot, then we establish contact with the storm the border. Okay. We managed to get outside. Good grief, now we can see what kind of singularity this is. The heck is this? Weird buildings. What kind of objects are these? Worry about that later. For now, let's keep moving. Let's take a break here. Are you doing alright, Master? Don't know, but I made it. You're doing a good job keeping up. You've been doing some training. Still, you should stay hydrated. Here, have some water. They don't seem to be coming after us. Guess they just want us out of there. Better than being locked up someplace, I guess. Have a try, can you hear me? Mash. Her was giving me advice when we were escaping earlier. I couldn't see her, but it was definitely her voice. I don't see her at all. It doesn't seem like she's in the spirit form either. Can you sense anything? No, not really. I see. Ash, can you hear me? Avatar, thank God you're safe. Ash? Where is she? Right, I figure the other two wouldn't be able to hear me. You can't? Back when we reshifted, I felt like the singular was repelling me somehow. Any normal servants would have been unsummoned back with a bust up singular. But since I'm the guardian fairy of your shield, I just barely managed to skim through. But as you can see, all I can do is now talk. Not very often either, like being on a phone with just one bar. Sorry, but it looks like I can't materialize myself. You're on your own here. That's not true. Just having you watching over us is reassuring. Okay then, I'll stay optimistic too. Rely on me for whatever I can do, I guess. Please explain things, Mesh. Please excuse me, it seems like I haven't tried. And that's what happened to her. I see. Well, at least we're still in touch with her. You said I don't know enough about Singularity. I'd like to get some information. Master Catalog, there's someone up ahead. Huh? Based on the Singularity location, they might be Italian. Can you try talking to him, Ash? Wait, excuse me. Could I have a moment? New penitents, transgressors, the angel come, pray for your redemption. I'm not. What? Not exactly Jennifer. Praying? How did... Why did it crash? The game crashed for no reason. It's taking a while to load. I can't believe the game's crashing. And it loads so long too. uh, Ah, load is so long. I hate when it crashes. Resume. How did he know we're penance? More importantly, he did mention angels. As far as I know, to Migas, angels are only vessels of power. Define your P. Cut off. Don't worry, it's just a scratch. Let's get out of here. Roger, Master, cut off. I'll cover the rear. Count on you. Oh, they were penitents indeed. They who are condemned to wander forever in exile. Bless their sins. Bless them. Bless them. And we're back to running. Oh, don't worry, I'm just as sick of this as you. Still, we gotta run that cut. I'm spent. Please keep it together, Master. I don't see any hostiles, so we should be okay for now. Still can't contact the storm border, huh? Guess I'm not surprised. There's so many questions I don't even know where to start. Who our enemies are, the nature of this place. There's way too much we still don't understand. But one thing I noticed. It's a complete wasteland, no sign of people anywhere, so if someone did show up, we should spot them easily. But are you already cut off? I'm still a Magus, you know. Did you forget? No, I haven't forgotten at all. I'm cheating via self-reinforcements, don't worry about me. Take care of Yuki. He needs to rest more. Right, come on, Master. We'll take a short. Wait, Mash. It's those guys from earlier. Shit, because of course. Take Yuki and run, Mash. Cattle. Mash, did you hear what the man we saw earlier was shouting? I'm right, I think it was. Oh, they were penitents, indeed. They who are condemned to wander forever in exile. Bless their sins, bless them, or thereabout. Exiled and condemned to wander forever, in other words. No. Being us, we're never be able to stop in one place. Is this for real? I don't want to believe it either, but it's the only way to explain how persistent these guys are. Just run! Hold on to me for a while, Master. We're faster than him, but... That doesn't count for much when they always seem to know exactly where we are. It means we have no choice but to keep running. Cloud, do you have some sort of camouflage magecraft that might help? I've already tried, but no good. It'd be one thing against animals, but not on them. We're going to be chased forever. Yeah, if you don't do something, then it's just gonna be over for bees. What if we climb to the top of it? We've been running ever since the courtroom. Have you seen any buildings that tall? Can't think of anything besides my anger. There's too many of them, so that should be your last resort. Up ahead. Let me damage. Great, preparing for combat. Not the best moment, but things are finally starting to make sense. Those are probably what you're calling angels. Angels? But I thought angels were. Get ready to, here they come.
救世主の山に隠されし伝説、神なき人々が見る絶パラディシャトーデフ。つまらんぞ。
マスターちゃん、はい。これは憎悪によって磨かれた我が魂の本性。ラクロンドメント・ニューテリー。そこ。任せなさいの。
くらえ。つまらんぞ。そこ。パラドクセルセット。はい。ええ。
There's a bonus for Habitrog? Yeah? I see it is up a bit, Ash. Not yet, if we let even a little, it would close in on us. Specific unrankable set of distribution like enacted. Confrontation combat actions forbidden. What the? Oh, they just started speaking. Never mind that, we'll keep pushing forward. Yeah. It had no effect, rather, it didn't attack at all. Confrontation combat actions forbidden. There's no way they can even do that. What does it mean? Just as that being said before, our combat's action are total no-goes. I see, let us defend. Shit, so we're completely reliant on Mash. I still have summons too. In your own time. Huh? Darn it, is summoning also considered combat action? Crap. Conclusion, combat prohibition lifted. What just... Ah yes, Yagao. Do they say Yagao or just Yaboy or whatever? Who are you? Hardly matters right now, does it? Eyes on the prize, your combat actions are unrestricted now. Break a leg there, or a knuckle, just any bone you got to break. You can summon now, okay? Give it a go. Let's fight. Roger, waiting for your commands, Master. Knock yourselves out. Is that how you smash?
だべな。
I don't have to use Match anymore, yay. Hostile reaction illuminated. Oh, you got moves. Round of applause for you. Thank you. Thank you very much. No worries, it's been a good time. A pleasure, yeah. Eusebius, could you be a servant? Sure am. Want to know my true name? Sure. I'll tell him. Don't go off the rails so fast, servant. In that case, what should we call you? Irene Adler. Irene Adler. Where have I heard that name before? Fine, Holmes Exodus then. Huh? That's not it. Irene Adler was one of the few people who Holmes ever lost to. Oops, is this a touchy subject? Sir, Irene Adler, but please let her to me. Do I need to? This obviously is a fake name. But why did she choose to call herself Irene Adler of all things? It's not the first hero name anyone will think of. Unless she knew we had Sherlock Holmes on our team. She has to know about Cuddy, right? Who cares anyway? What's up with you people? You see. Yeah, 'cause you guys can't catch a break, can ya? Oh. The crowd's going wild with laughter. No, this ain't funny, my bad, but it makes sense, at least. Cuddy or whatever it was. That is who got the death sentence. That thing, I mean. That thing? What thing is that you mean? For real, you don't know? You guys are super what? Not falling. Jeez, if you were totally hopeless, just look up. Like, just look at the sky. The sky? What? Huh? The storm border. Ain't that big thing yours? It's the storm border. Hold on a second, Mash. We've reshifted. There's no way that can actually be the storm border floating in the sky. No, but it's shaped. And what's up? You think that's a hallucination or what? Maybe it's not. We got us a realist over here. I just love realists. Well, it's not a hallucination either. Wait. That's totally your ship, your future, and your end. Upon banging her gable, she used it for no phantasm. She? You mean John d'Arc? Sorta, I guess. Sorta? You guys must have noticed, right? She ain't the same person at all. But we can deal with that a bit later. That stormbirder in the sky has totally been demolished. It's such a shame or whatever. Is there nothing we can do? Oh, you're talking to me? Tough luck. I got no obligation or any reason to teach you about this, do I? saying you do know there's a way. Now you're just being a tease. Huh, fine. Why don't you just take a breath and think about this for a second, okay? A no phantasm was used. You don't know what kind of no phantasm, sure. But it's always one that's coming from the singularity in the past and attacking your stern border in the future. That's the intent, at least. But a singularity is just hypothetical what if of the past. It hasn't been confirmed yet, right? So now I get it. Yeah, fix the singularity and the attack from the no phantasm will never have happened. Get it? I sure do. So get a grip, boy. Shouldn't you be all used to this stuff by now? You should know someone without aspiration is just a dumbass. It's just a dumbass. I'm so ashamed. Irene, you're freezing. Oh, was that too far? Sorry. No, it's fine. Anyway, what you gonna do then? Oh, and that angel from before. Probably come back if you dwell too much. We need to get somewhere safe. Second, is there anything you can tell us? Hurry up. Now you're asking me? Yes, who else? I see, so you want me to tell you, huh? Every day won't be free, you know? You're gonna ready to beg my feet, like, on your knees. Whatever you want. You answer that like that way too fast. But then, let me think. For serious, any if you were to, you refuse to put us in a life-threatening situation. Yeah, do whatever you want, but I think you should trust your dad on this one. What's up, Kiri? Something you want to tell the class? Oh no, it's nothing. Alright, anyway. I'm gonna need you to escort me for a while, okay? Just until we get somewhere safe, at least. Of course. Okay, just one more thing. If I'm asking you to escort me, I need to confirm your competence for myself, right? I guess, yeah. If you show some pizzas as than last time, then I'll give you a passing grade. So you're ready or what? Alright then, let's get busy. Way to go, yep. And how? I got room for all the praise you can give. That servant, she's incredibly strong. Definitely on the new genre arcs level. But she's got power compared with the top ranked servant. Okay then, I got stuff for you to do. Kind words, won't you? You said you meet any praise, so what more do you got? Oh, hey, so you'll give me the princess treatment. What kind of princess treatment? What other kind of princess do you think? Don't that kind of thing make your heart pound? A princess, right? You're picturing some woman you fumbled. Scale. Would that be all? Sure thing, I just wanted to stir the pot and make things awkward and stuff. You're sure pressing the advantage. And if I may be so humble. Thanks a bunch, Kirlight. In that case, Lady Irene, where are we headed next? Safer ground. From here, maybe about an hour on foot. Alrighty, be sure I get the princess treatment all the way. Nice being with you. Your graves, Your Highness. Oh, yummy stuff. Real good work, Master Boy. I got your reward right here. 1 QP. I got a problem with me? No complaints whatsoever, Your Highness. Oh crap, I'm supposed to be a pretty princess. Fine work, Lord Master. I bestow upon a plentiful reward. No? Just 1 QP though. Even Morgan gave us more than that. What's that about? A princess laugh. Sure got it. Can't feel my wit being appreciated here. On another subject, we're seeing more of these strange buildings. I wonder if anyone lives in them. Depending on what passes for people to want to take a peek. You don't mind looking like a creep. No, we better not. We don't want to be a nuisance. Gotta agree. Besides, the guys who lives here are mostly boring crew. Same people as the guys always bring. Oh, you met them? Yep. They pray all the live long day. No food, no water, no sleep, just non-stop praying. Are they ghosts or what? They're living humans, real common as norm as they get. Well, it's not human to spurn eating, drinking, or sleep. Not taking food, water, or rest cannot be assessed as human, oh princess. At least sounds like you're trying. Fine, whatever. You just got a taste of it yourselves, didn't you? The singular has rules to it. They all got range, depth, and intensity. In any normal world, what happens when you jump off a building? You fall right. Not in a singular, no. As long as the guy in charge defines there is no gravity in this world, as a rule, then jumping off does not thing. You stay floating, curious. The reckoning singularity, squaring things with the ruler class, now I see. Taking an idea to its logical extreme, rules means everything. Rules set by individuals can override even the laws of universal gravitation. What happens if different rules conflict? Rules conflict with each other all the time, you know? You settle it the same way people always do, kill the other guy. Rupi can't get more human than that. Oh, an angel, never mind. Demonic beast. Sure enough, things like those start popping up, and you leave the district. Alrighty, my knight and my prince. Please do your best to entertain your princess. What? We have a choice. Let's skip a dialogue. Depending on our choice, the battle will be altered. Then your highness shall not join the fight. Aw, shouldn't a princess get in line before being protected like fighting is not the answer? Maybe in days of old, real old. Well, fine, yes, the princess has got to fight too. Single target. Two quick cards and one buster card. I can choose a quick take. Servant. Hello, Yumi.
Fairy control. すぐに帰るよ。Good hunting, Fairy. 君たちもこの名は右手。水の乙女。超ダウンワールドサイト。王様はいはい。1ドラに300発。大魔弾発射。見つけた。オッケー。あれね。せーの。はっ。バン。ほら簡単。倒すのも助けるのも同じようなものでしょ。
Combat operation completed. You fight so conservative the cure light. It's because I'm a shooter. Shooter class pretties out there, isn't it? I've only ever seen one of them, and that's you. That's true, I don't remember ever having fought against someone from the same class. A class with no mates. Yes. Being the only one makes her best foe. Yeah, Match is such a special little princess. enough talk. We're at the place. This is another one of those. Calling ordinary feels like a bit misnomer, but compared to the rest, it's an ordinary building. I understand what you're getting at. Nice to have sensible architecture for a change. Hey yo manager, you there? She's not likely to show her face, even if she were. You're... Amakusa Shiro. Amakusa. Oh, you know me. Well, allow me to introduce myself anyway. I'm a servant permitted lodging in those apartments. My name is Amakusa Shiro Tokusada. Okay, that about does it for the princess game. Bye. Thanks, Irene. Irene. Yes, Irene Adler was one of the names by which she introduced herself. I expect she gave a sight of them. So I see. If there was some design behind not revealing her true name, then it would be best for me to avoid mentioning it as well. Making an enemy of that woman is a bit scary notion. So it was a fake name. No comment below that. 2 men, 1 woman. Should I assume you're looking for 2 rooms? It'd be appreciated, except... Oh, a sentence of exile. That shouldn't be a problem. So long as you're within the apartment's ground, you're essentially safe, provided of course, you don't get on the property's manager by sight. As you heard before, she's something of a handful. You can serve as a broker in that regard. Our building rental essentially rents a property for servants. And owing the nature of that, rent is a necessity. Specifically TP and the like. There are other ones too, so I'm sure you'll be fine. In any case, the first month rent is greatest. The sooner you get used to this singly, the better. For now, I need to rest my feet. And with that, welcome to Granada. The rooms are the revolt are 203 and 204. Both are which same, so feel free to decide on who's using which. Let's take the rest of the day off. Discuss things again tomorrow. No doubt you have several questions. Thank you very much, Amakusa. Now go ahead and get settled in. They really are the same layout. Huh? How about we go with 203 for guys and 204 for the ladies? I don't see any problem with that. And it's me and Kyle. Sure, guess we're roommates. There's not a lot of space, but yeah, room enough for 2 to sleep. So let's meet up in 203. We got a lot to discuss. Okay, first of all, what needs the most urgent attention is the topic of the storm. Yeah. That being said, there's nothing we can do for now. Communications with Korea has been completely cut off, and it seems like we'll be able to return. Therefore, we need to correct the singularity by any means necessary. That goes without saying. Right. I guess so. Only this singularity has unknowns out the ass. First among them, why there are no traces whatsoever of buildings from what should be Florence, Italy. All we've seen is oversized courtroom and an outlandish architecture. Not to mention those praying people. Yeah. The fact that there are inhabitants in singularity isn't strange in and of itself. But if Irene words are to be taken as fact, they require neither food nor water nor sleep. They just go on praying. And that's said to be a rule in the singularity. The rule imposed by the angel, a hostile life form, that certainly made it impossible to attack. If rules are imposed, even attacking becomes impossible. Taking the aforementioned food, water, and sleep into account, maybe breathing could even be forbidden. There's no winning this. Sure, but the angels back then only prohibited attacks. The way Irene described it, suppose there are some hackery to the rules. Those angels are some kind of hostile organism that emerged from the singler. But blended, they are not much different from demonic beasts, attracted by similar magical energy. If that's the case, it might be difficult to impose rules. That spells fatal for us, probably. Nevertheless, being prohibited from attacking is deadly in its own right. So in order to fight from this point, we should enable the imposing of rules. The way Irene did? Right, we require the power to impose rules. That our foremost goal, what do you think? I don't see why not. I think Kodo has the right idea. Fine, let's adjourn for today. Tomorrow let's talk about the residents of this grand place. Okay, then I'll be in room 204. Good night, Mash. Right, good night, Senpai. You asleep yet? No. It's looking like this will be a drawn-out battle. You should rest while you can. But then, despite saying that, I can't sleep either. I got a strange feeling like I don't want to sleep. I have the meds on me. I shouldn't use them now. Genocide, right? Indeed, the judge was correct in saying that. I'm definitely an inexcusable transgressor. But not for the charge the judge was talking about. We creatures, the A-team, were meant to save the world, the best and the most capable for the job. The only survivors are first-rate megas like me and Mash, who hardly counts as one. Talk about ironic. Alright then, good night, Heptra. Can I have a moment, Mash? Yes, what is it? It's about that servant Irene. Yep, I knew there had to be something weird about her. You think so? Can't be too sure, consider her personality, but didn't she seem to be extra harsh on you, particular Mash? I didn't exactly feel uncomfortable around her. Other people ill will just pass it by. Hey, I'm okay with it if you are. No, you should ignore that stuff. Next time you get talked down, be sure to fire that card. But I really didn't care. I know what she said. But the clouded innocence from that servant was something I couldn't turn a blind eye towards. I see my resolve as I look Mash's sleepy face. The only thing I have to offer now is talk. I can always keep an eye on the girl confronting Mash. No idea what this Irene name subject changes. Thinking, but bring it on. They literally just give this one QP. Though my eyes are closed, I can see a bright white light. Time to wake up, the first step to a brand new day. Good morning. I say this as I get up even though there's nobody else here. But even so, as if someone else enters the room. Regular checkup is today, so be sure not to eat or drink anything. Okay, we'll be starting soon. Please get ready. Understood. Uninterested, dispassionate. Every day is the same. It will probably stay the same for all 18 years of my vital activity. For 18 years, this is how I will be. I have no hang-ups or doubts about this fact. Even if the Jacobson experiments were replaced with field work, without things would change. I like to see someone smile or hear someone tell an entertaining story. You who I do not know, are you here to give me validation? Ah, there I am. As ever, I loll out of bed with a vacant expression on my face. That was how I was, and now I'm at peace. So very at peace, at least I think so. I breathe a sigh of relief and lock the memory away, behind a sturdy iron door where no one else can see it. And as I close the door, I get the feeling someone is smiling. Morning, huh? Yuki, get up. Time for work. 5 more minutes. No way. You got enough rest. Not getting up, huh? Guess I got no choice but to use Mash's shield. I'm awake. Next time, don't battle. Senpai caught up, good morning. Glad you're here, Mash. Let's get a move on. At least let me change. Unfortunately, we seem to be exception to at least one rule. If we don't eat breakfast and replenish our energy, we'll die sooner or later. Assuming there is any food lying around. Good morning. Looks like everyone was able to get up on time. Excellent. If you're looking for breakfast, feel free to use our garden. If you want meat, you'll have to procure it yourselves. It's got no choice but to go hunting. That is kind of killing, not to be condemned. May the light of life be with those who seek with effort. Right, who are you exactly? King Ahsoka. The waxing moon ritual. Since the pilgrim through hell surely were an inseparable part of your life. King Ahsoka, the king of ancient India and the protector of Dharma. If you're a servant, you're easily a grand material. Still a big shot like you showing up like this. Yeah, like you're just popping up in for purpose. Please, you give me too much credit. At the very least, in this singular, I mean, but a humble steward. So what is for breakfast this morning? Well, I guess I'll skip it for today. There is tons of other stuff to do anyway. Hey, anyone awake in there? Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, Irene. Good morning, Yuki. Good morning. Good morning. You're fired up this morning. What is this price? I thought you would be asleep until noon. Because today's special. Alright, you want some demon boar bacon. Thanks, Irene. Whoa, you're packing more gratitude than expected. Yay for the power of meat. Jokes aside, let's get on with making breakfast. Hmm? What is it? You go back to bed, Makusa. Haha, understood. The rest I had leave in your hands. What was that all about? Huh? Oh, you probably haven't heard. We were about to start talking to people now. Alrighty then. Then go over Amakusa ASAP. Be nice to the guy. Torture yourself with the cards. Wasn't even thinking about it. Are you still not ready to give your identity? Oh, I forgot I was still Irene. Yeah, let's stick with that. If that's what you wish, but allow this to be brief advice. You seem to want to reveal your true name at the ideal moment. Such ideal timing rarely comes to pass, and it will likely come to light when you least expect it. I get it. Get off my back already. Now let's get cracking. We got a decent crowd in here now. Sounds kind of fun. Favorite anime? I got quite a few. Stay Alive, Nano, Inazuma 11. Oh, I got an idea. You guys gotta cook. You know, in exchange for yesterday. Us? Well, that's no big deal. Let's see. We got veggies and demon board bacon. This guy doesn't eat. Pretend he isn't here, okay? I also watch Gundam Seed. He tends to meat though. Understood, so Irene gets extra bacon. So what are we making? Something simple would do. Our tastes aren't that elaborate. So we ought to at least put some effort into this. We owe Irene one, so I'd like to take this seriously. That's right. But vegetables, we could do a stir fry or a salad. And the demon board bacon, well, bacon and egg and some breads is a classic breakfast, isn't it? Woohoo, looks fabulous, a perfect 10. We have all the cookwares, all set, master. Okay, let's make breakfast. Never thought I'd end up making breakfast in a place like this. I know I cooked it during some of our camping, but this is the first time for me as well. How about you, Master? Not really. Come to think of it, we never had a chat about cooking food. It's a good opportunity to practice actual cooking, not just stuff made in the field. Teach me, please. Sure, Kadok and I can give you a full explanation. Guess I can at least teach the basics. You know how to use a knife without cutting yourself. Whatever you're thinking is probably wrong. Okay, put on top. Did they just reset?
この時期は春の星座がよく見えますね。探すコツは牛ふと興味を。
Munching and gulping. Yep, this is some yummy fried egg. They weren't cooked in any way special. I can feel the love from the one who made it. Love, you know? That's gotta be what makes the best seasoning. Not tasting much love in it. So you don't agree. Even boar bacon is better than it looks. Well, it's boar, so there is no reason why it should taste bad. The vegetables are great. You gotta eat more to feel a master's boy. Fruit and veg are good for beauty and health. It took until I actually ate to realize just how hungry I was. We were on foot all day yesterday. Want tea, coffee? Coffee, sure. I thought you'd gone for Russian tea. Well, I didn't. Irene, how do you mash? Never mind, stuffing. There really is something awfully fishy about this server. Was the Russian tea provo action or probate? The former maybe. Guess I'll have to wait and see. Great! Oh, I got some boiled corn here. Wanna eat it? Absolutely. Awesome, I like a guy who got away with a knife and fork. Cut up Mash and Yuki. I recall our being introduced it. Every role to play. Momentarily I'll be departing elsewhere, therefore. You're trying to say something you want to say. I presume you must come to correct this singularity. I am an enemy who would prevent that. What? Hey, not moving an inch. Nice job, you're late. 10 out of 10. But you don't want to fight. Not as long as you're here. Everyone needs a place to call home. But you're still an enemy. Yes, only insofar as my role as a gatekeeper. Permit those who pass in good faith. Any who resort to violence shall suffer equal recompense. So you're not an enemy, more like a neutral, honestly. Mash Yuko. Go ahead. Ask something to ask. You don't have to answer if you're not able to. Oh. This singular is one of the most abnormal we've seen today. It could be almost called a whole other world. We should be in Florence, Italy, but everything is completely different. Can you explain why? This is not Florence at all. Huh? Wait a second, this isn't Italy even remotely. No. We're not in the mortal realm, much less in the immortal one. Here lies in the interstice, or in the name of a religion, not mine. It's called purgatory. Come again? Put it simply, it's kind of like a halfway point. It seems like a condition for going to hell, heaven, or is it interior? This change with times. But generally speaking, this is where the dead who have committed sins too minor to go to hell wait on those sins to be cleansed. Is that correct understanding? Indeed. And of course, if this purgatory, then there is a hell and heaven drawn from the same faith. Heaven, purgatory, and hell, the free worlds of the Western religion. Theirs are the characteristics that comprise this singularity. I want to know more about that judge, John d'Arc. Huh? Why the silence? You can't answer that? Because I'm a gatekeeper, nothing more or less. My one duty in this summon is to defend the gate. I'd like to know more ways to lift the exile sentence. Is that no-go? Are you aware that rules can be countered with more rules? They know, I showed them. And there are various ways with which to impose rules. gain the support of a ruler by forming a contract, you may be temporarily staved off of your sentence. Only temporarily. You betcha. If you really want to get off the hook, you gotta convince the presiding judge with sound logic. Tell her your exile is unjust and wrong. I feel I should say this up front. As a gatekeeper, it is necessary for me to scrutinize that logic strength. If it fails to outdo me, you will be unable to pass through towards the court. This conversation is just jumping in all directions, but that seems to be the way it is. In order to lift your sentence, you have no choice but to make the judge logically admit defeat. It will take a very long time, perhaps as long as 5 kalpas before you can succeed. However, there is a solution. What is it this time? I can say no more. Beyond this point would be excesses as well as undue meddling. Yeah, we know your ruler qualification is earned. Don't forget you're a lancer though. Those who are about to cross purgatory may there be light to guide you. And he's gone. It's fine, he'll be back for dinner. Sure didn't sound like you would. It's a way of life with no being late, no days to take off, no overtime either. You're regular like. What an Irene. We would appreciate hearing from you next. Right, my turn. What about? Yes, look, you tell us your class. Well, I don't seem much of a ruler, do I? That certainly is true. No, I got nothing to hide. My class is Berserker. I don't have ruler qualifications, so you're all out of luck here. Despite what you changed in the last one. I can get by a little with some tricks of the trade, but it won't go so smoothly for you. Thank you very much. Now for the next question. King Ahsoka just called himself our enemy. Would you also be? Aw, how am I anything but an ally here? You really put me in a tough spot by asking those who are enemies questions. I'm sorry. So it's okay to consider you an ally. Sure thing. Obviously I got my own thoughts and desires. But I'm on your side. Keep that in mind, will ya, Yuki? So anything else you want to ask? Do you know about any of other residents besides King Ahsoka and yourself? Oh yeah, there's these 2 dumbbells who got room 201 and 202 rented with the wall knocked down. The true names are well, they'll introduce themselves if you drop by. Then we got Makusa Shiro in 104 and the property manager in 101. What can you tell us about the property manager? A woman, like one of those stone striped monkeys. Say again? Oopsie, you won't tell anyone I said that, okay? It's awkward now. Then with that, I gotta go back to my work like a mighty wind. Be seeing you. Now Irene has gone off. Hey, good enough. We asked about the most of what we wanted to know. What's left now is we go to 201 first. I wonder what kind of people they are. I'm so excited, Master. I hope they're at least servants who can communicate. What's it? Nothing. It is. M&T law firm, so it's legal practice. Now let's start things by knocking. No answer, huh? Are they out? No. I hear what sounds like low voices. Put your ear to the door. Hehe. You really put your foot in your mouth. The judge's impression of you has grown poorer by a stupid margin. Stupidly poor, yes. But it doesn't make me in the wrong, and don't say stupid more than once, it's irritating. Okay, why else would I have done so? Damn, would I like to punch your lights out with mathematical precision? On that side, I can argue that my defense was sound while bearing logical command. You heard the judge had a weakness for sob stories. We even discussed making that our approach. The focus on the logical viewpoint was to blame. That's where we went wrong. They seem to be encrusted in their conversation. What do you say we knock a little harder? Hello? A knock. That would have to be a client. Welcome to M&D Law Firm. This is a lawsuit you're here for, a settlement. At a time like this, I couldn't care less what the job is. James Moriarty. Ah, you recognize my face. Could you be a previous client? No, not that. I don't recognize you. Well, He's not Moriarty, the post of the alien world. That may be the case. Of course, there is the possibility that he's lying. It's a long story, but we do know you. That's it. Probably a different you altogether. I see. One of those Holy Grail wars. Then I must have won. I trust. No doubt about it. I didn't lose, did I? You survived it today. Of course I did. Haha. How would I not? And this should preclude whether he remembers. Does that mean you came here for my service? No, not exactly. You started saying rooms in 203 and 204. That's one yesterday. This is our saying hello after moving. Then you're not clients. We're not. Why let that get in the way of becoming our customers? There's no getting you down. Regardless of whether or not we become customers, I match carefully. For example, this guy is Yuki. I'm James Moriarty, and not as much as you're seemingly aware. So what do you know of him? I was dumbstruck from how the overly familiar and casual conversation overwhelmed me. Oh, Dante. I found it out at a glance. Yes, I am Dante. Dante Alukuhiri. What's the matter? Nothing. The way I remember, Dante was exiled from Florence. He hoped for the rest of his life to one day return, but it seems he was unable to realize that. Hope it's going well, thank you, even. It seems somewhat relevant to singularity, but for now I think I'll hold back on delving into it. By the way, Moriarty, would this be a legal practice? Yes, it certainly is. Mathematics and crimes are no way to make a living in the singularity, you know? Which makes you a lawyer. Murder and I are both toiling here as attorneys. Since when did servants need to work? Since it became clear that doing so was the first step towards correcting the singularity. We're quite serious. What do you mean by that? Get something straight. The presiding judge is undoubtedly the mightiest in singularity. She established the rules, after all, even down to the laws of physics. And she can punish those who fail to follow the rules, for absolute authority. In other words, taking for example, if your bunch were to storm that courtroom with full contingent, the laws of physics inside the courtroom would be distorted, and you would die on the spot. Put it this way, if the whole place turned out into outer space, you wouldn't be able to breathe, and this lose right. Can she do that? Yeah, she probably can. What that judge decrees inside the courtroom is law. I mean, never mind being sent to outer space. Find yourself paraded from combat action in the courtroom and you're done. Her rules are stronger and superior to anyone else in Singularity. Woohoo! Are you aware at all her true name? No, I'm afraid we aren't. Oh, we do know that she's wearing kind of a John d'Arc suit instead of a pseudo-servant. The all-important core of her being, though, no idea. Makusa Shiro apparently knows something, and he's too slippery to give a straight answer. Such sorrow. But then we haven't been at the Granado for very long. Either. It can't have been more than a month. Isn't that pretty long? You three had best prepare yourselves. This singularity will require a considerable amount of patience to crack. Well, I assume you all came here as well to carry out this correction. Oh, at long last. The girl cured light is a servant, but other two are humans, master that is. Hey, it's true. You didn't notice. Hehe, I'm insensitive to such things. I guess you're right that we're here to repair the singularity. If that be the case, you really should enter into a contract to retain us. You must know how to essentially lawyer is when going to court. If by that mean we need to prove the righteousness of our own defense. Right, you are both than Yuki. The rest for you to decide on what will you do. Sure, I'll contract with you. Give me your hand. Wow, slow down, will you? Isn't this where you're meant to wait a while before coming to a final decision? No. I see. Well, I will certainly meet the expectation of my clients. I need to leave steam already, or we won't make it to the hearing in time. You're going to be seeing the judge. No, not her madhouse of a court. There are several others in the singularity as well. Trials are being held somewhere every day, and sentences being handed down likewise. Our profession is currently a rather busy one. Now shall we be off, Dante? We mustn't keep hell waiting. Goodbye, one and all. Until our preparatory meeting this evening. Got some kind of buff. I never thought I'd get too much servants though. That never happens for me. JP-rKyECtnz.
見ていく？マナプリズムと交換？用意した甲斐があったな。レアものだね。任せて。これがいいかな。それともあれがいいかな。どれも貴重な品だ。たっぷり悩んでくれたまえ。
Assassin. Seems like we're gonna have to use those NPC supports. Alright, there's plenty of things I'd like to discuss, but before that, let's hear one more person. Only Amakusa Shiro's left. He's in room 104. I think they said, let's go. Can you spare a moment right now? No, that shouldn't be an issue. Come in. Welcome, do you need something though? I suppose asking isn't necessary. However, I should be feeling sluggish. I'll appreciate if you keep your question brief. Sorry, should we come back later? No, please don't dwell on that. We're assuming you all generally need answers, and more importantly, my health will only worsen with time. What's got you in such a state? I met with the judge, the girl who wears John's dark skin, and engaged in a duel to the death. And the result is plain to see. Indeed, she fended me off, and such I have been deprived of all my combat capabilities. If I had known you were coming, I would have opted to wait. At the time, I was convinced of there being no other options but to act now. It's an embarrassing account. Is she Jeanne d'Arc? No, not at all. She's only wearing Johnny's dark like a show. If anything, she's closer to a Saito servant. Normally she would possess somebody tied to the grill. Then you're aware of her true name. Yes, of course, however, I cannot say what it is at this time. Why not? I aimed to resolve the singularity and was met with my defeat. My chances of winning are over. However, I wish to be sure whether to entrust the future to you free. And I also wouldn't want you to give up thinking that it's possible to win. Or putting it another way, she's that strong. Yes, without a doubt. So how would you evaluate us? In this scenario, there are people who do not just pray all day, people who continue on with their lives, despite the suffering it entails. I want you to solve their problems and collect their certain objects. Once you have enough of them, I reveal her true name and grant you all a gift. Got it. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Tell us about the manager. Hey, yeah, just who is the Granite Department manager? Great, she probably won't want to meet your group. You might be able to force the issue by kicking the door down. That would be obviously anger her. If you want to ask her something, try slipping a note under the door. She just might reply. Sounds like a pretty troublesome servant. I couldn't agree more, but I guarantee that she is on your side, at least for now. It's with that as much as I can say. Then I'm counting on you to save those lost souls, if you will. Leave it to us. So everyone give us a rough picture of things. There's still one person left. Yeah, the property manager of the Granite, right? For now, I guess we'll try knocking. Room 101 is hers, in that case. No response. Okay then, let's leave a letter like we were told before. The question is what to write on it. Maybe to introduce ourselves and what we want to do. I guess that's good enough. Then if you don't mind, I'll write the note. How about this? Saying hi and introducing ourselves makes sense, but were the doodles of our face really necessary? Very. Alright then. Well, the drawings won't do any harm. Maybe they'll be an effective way to build some rapport. Just drew them because they were cute, without putting any thoughts into it. And now we heard from everyone, I think we've got a good amount of information to work with. Agreed. King Ahsoka is an enemy, or rather someone in the neutral position. He said that he was the gatekeeper to the courtroom. At the time I was overwhelmed by the amount of information, but with a cooler head. This is a terrifying situation. How so? King Ahsoka is better known as the ideal king of ancient India. He was the tyrant at the time of his ascent, and eventually renounced bloodshed and became a wise king who honored and upheld Dharma. In Buddhism, he is a hero known as Chakravartin, the so-called turner of the wheel. Never you expect a hero of his caliber to serve as the ruler of singularity, not a gatekeeper. So basically, the judge, the genocide of servant, it's just that strong. I don't think it comes down to strength, especially since this is Florence. It's undeniable that being of European descent gives one advantage over him due to greater fame. But King Ahsoka said that this is Italy. Right, but I definitely think the reship destination was Florence, Italy. If this singularity is made up of heaven, hell, and purgatory, then maybe we're underground. Underground, like the Babylonian underground. Of course, there might be impressions that tell us it's not anything like Italy. But no matter, for now, let's put everything we know together. Okay, King Ahsoka explained the exposing of rules in this singularity. Then what we heard from Irene. This singularity must abide by those rules. And the only thing we can do to lift the sentence of exile is to make the presiding judge logically admit the sentence is unjust. Or so we've been told. I guess there is a possibility that we were lied to. Probably best if we don't think about that right now. We won't get anywhere if we assume that. I'll say. And then in order to pass through the doorway to the courtroom, we have to fight our way past King Ahsoka. Okay then, for what Irene told us. That for now she consider herself an ally. Honestly, I find it hard to trust her right now. I would like to trust her. I heard that she at least saved our lives. Then she informed us about the other apartment residents. Murray and Dante. Murray, well, we got a temporary contract in place. But are you okay with that, Yuki? If he's not postal, he's on our side. I think it's a bit simplistic to cite based on that, but cooperation with the ruler class is necessary. But the Napoleon of crime and the writer of a book that went down in world history, both of them lawyers. Guess when you think about it, going to court without a lawyer is pretty rash. The moment we were brought into proceedings without one, our defeat was set in stone. That's it, our opponent is Rasputin, or rather, Otome Curie, trouble is a mild way to put it. On the topic of Dante, there was something else. Oh, Dante. I think I managed to pick it up on it. It's about Dante and the reship destination. Right, Dante's family has a lot of history with the city of Florence. I recall Dante Alighieri was exiled from Florence due to political strife and wished for the rest of his life to return home. He never did, so I wonder whether there is a connection with the singularity. And most of all, the Divine Comedy is all about hell, purgatory, and heaven. True, Dante's Divine Comedy is a great epic poem that explores the themes of human atonement and salvation, as well as God's love. The work is divided into three parts for hell, purgatory, and heaven, which also serve as settings within the narrative. So exactly like the singularity. Precisely, there's no way he's unrelated to this whole thing. But he didn't come off like the mastermind. I pull the alt string. Just a good thing, but I think the same. We'll have to make him interested eventually. Worst case scenario, his wish to be relevant to the Holy Grail situation. Very refrain from careless remarks. Let's build up a relationship of trust first. Sounds great. That and not lay it too thick on him for now. And finally, there's Amakusa Shiro, that he knows the judge Drew's name is important. Not to mention, he's been stripped of his combat ability. To learn the judge's true name, we have to solve the problem around the singularity and collect those objects. So how do we go about doing that? We could be lawyers. You don't think it's a bit strange to be a lawyer with a lawyer on retainer? And how about as bodyguards? Using power servants as bodyguards, huh? Not a bad idea, but do bodyguards have that important of a role? Senpai caught up as a flash of inspiration. A groundbreaking idea just entered my mind. Okay, what is it? She's very confident about this. What missing from this road are detectives. Open a detective agency. Detectives. We know his method, Watson. Being detectives is a good idea, I'll give you that. It's a profession idea for solving what's troubling the singular residents. It takes me back to Earth. I know, experience theirs are working in our favor. Alright then, I suppose we'll ask Moriarty for some consultation when he gets back. If we don't learn all we can, we won't ever leave the Coronado. Walk, run, backslide like human, smiling wide. Well, human's life you call ideal, and artifice is what you deep review. In the end, she only fly, an angel place in the sky. Those of us tread on grind. Let's realize our place in time. Oh, she was just a machine that wanted to be whatever she wanted to be. Oh, she was just a machine that wanted to be whatever she wanted to be. Isn't this fun, don't you think, Master? I'm having the time of my life right now. For realsies. He was just the kind of type you said he'd be. I could just blow a storm of cuss tropes all the way to the ends of the earth. Would that be great, but yeah, I'd do it anyway, even if I get too naughty. Oh, give me a break. She's so nasty I could throw up. Way to go, Katia. Just being around you is just nauseating. My choice of pet to raise. Oh, a detective agency. Detectives. It has no bearing on me as a younger man, but it is something of a sore spot. No, the young and good-looking me should have no reason at all to care. We're naming it the 221B Detective Agency. A blended tribute to Sherlock Holmes. I must say, I have a mixed representation. Better give it up, Moriarty. We got a bona fide Sherlock memorize it. No, I could never compare myself to Holmes. Maybe, no, most certainly a fanatic. Well, detective agency is a fine idea. As Makusa Shiro said, they were residents of the singular with a province of their own. Among them, there will likely be concerns that cannot be elevated by anything but a servant's power. Then we'd like to get out there straight away. If that's the plan, then I shall lend a hand as a contracted servant. I'm going out for a bit, Dante. What do you have planned? Hehe, not sure to take along. You going it alone makes me uneasy. Excuse me, I would think I can get the job done myself, you know. Okay, very uneasy. Especially awkward math with kid. I wonder how many cases we've lost thanks to your pompous demeanor. The answer is 7. Hehe, then reflect on your actions. Just as a hawk cannot be slaughtered from flying or a leopard from running. I too do not reflect upon my actions ever. Don't put yourself in the same league as hawks or leopards. You are more a carp or a vine, maybe some mint. I'll trace a barely subtle malice on your part. I get it, you guys are coming to it. You're not. Genshin. No, I don't play Genshin. Well then, let's be off. Our destination is, the Glennia district, the 6th layer woodwork. Missions come easily there. The Gluttony's district, the 6th layer. Could it be the level of purgatory said to be admonish cleanse? Yes, but one quite different from its proper state. Specifically, it has a structure that's literal instead of vertical conical frustum. Lateral? In other words, you mean flat plane. Instead of going downstairs, it's moving along a street. Good, you catch on quickly. We are in the 7th layer of what we call purgatory, corresponding to the lust district. Hehe, having been cast down for the sin of lust, the place is filled with people all practicing abstinence or slaughter. Consequently, they don't interact with others whatsoever, so many of the inhabitants have taken to praying. Got it, so the gluttony district is. Damn, the bus is almost here. Hey, let us on board. You got buses here? You should try. I have tried it. It's a big scenery after all. Hey wait, one moment. Don't drive off. Oh, looks like it's stopping for us. And never mind, it stopped it, alright. But not on our account. Demonic beast, Dante. You leave it to me. While we're at it, let's promote the office to passengers. Hello, I'm in D-Law from Air Service. Planning his increased spirits. To 221B Detective Agency outside your service. Other than Genshin, there's like Rivering Waves in Tower Fantasy.
実に数学的な戦いだった。君の倒れ方とかね。
Yeah, that should do it. Attention passengers, we're our M&D law firm. There's nobody on the bus, but thanks anyways. I see, well, if you ever need a lawyer, then please call us. Aye, so you'll be going to the Gluttony District. Yes, please. Please be aware of the closing doors. Now back to Gluttony District. Eating is forbidden there. Is that how it is? Okay, wrong guess. Food is not available by default. Figures. Presiding judge decreed that eating is allowed, exclusively for the sinners of gluttony. What? In other words, a decree on abstinence is meaningless in a world with no craving. People don't desire pebbles on the street, do they? If those are forbidden, they just say sure thing and move on. But what if it were the Holy Grail? Wouldn't it be taxing for you if that were banned? It's only purifying a sin if you restrain yourself against your own desires. I see. Okay, food is not forbidden in the Gluttony District. Inevitably, the numbers of hungry individuals there increases. And so they look for food to sate their cravings. But despite being full to bursting with resources, the Gluttony District is not the place for that. Once you go there, harvesting or hunting will be the last thing on your mind. You indulge yourself too much, and that's when it becomes a sin. So the exact request is that you distribute only appropriate amounts of foodstuff to people in the Gluttony District. As for those, they can be found on boards throughout the district. You must be good Samaritans such as yourselves, who take on good deeds for the sake of others. We're not the only ones. I suppose that's true if you think about it. Supply is the result of demand after all. So we're not the only one helping people in need. Have compassion for your fellow men and do things for your sake. Eventually your sins shall be cleansed, and you shall be allowed into the kingdom of heaven. This purgatory is like a condensed version of the human world, who were built with no malice and only good intentions. Gluttony District, Central Plaza. Please be aware of the opening doors. So this is it. Doesn't seem to be anything odd here. Hey, this thing literally has no extra vacant buildings. Such desires do not exist here. Excepting the courtroom. I see, that's a little twisted. You not say the same of people in the real world? I guess you got a point. Now then, let's see. The request should be on this board. Ah, here it is. Tear this off and Stringer wants 200 kilos of demon board meat. Now if you follow us, we can show you where to find the beast. Oh, by the way, you surely met the human version of John Derek, haven't you? I was just wondering if you could tell me what kind of person she was. What impression does she give, metaphorically speaking, of course? Maybe like that demon board in front of us. Master, rude. What a way to put it. Master, please stop that commencing demon board extermination.
きやすそうか凍れそうか
お気に入り
ひらめい改善策は数式は絶対だと
数ちゃんとできます。遠くのものは小さく見えるなら小さな家が遠くにあるってことですよね。原子核まで小さくなーれいきます。あー綺麗でしょ。繊維の海に落ちてくださる。
もう終わりかなんだつまらぬな
Team imports dispatched. Okay, now we're supposed to address them. Checking for volunteers. Looking like a job for me. Give me a moment. There, meat. That should be about 200 kilos. I'm partisan, so someone else can carry it off. Not me. I'm a science guy. I'm a literature guy. And I'll carry it. I hope to. Okay, thank you, Master. Doesn't watching make you feel anything about yourself? I hope. And I hope. A victory of unity. Things are easier with fort property. What would be a good recipe for the demon pork? Good question. It resembles pork, so. Bread with ginger. What part does ginger play? Oh, you conserve the meat and a sauce made from it. Sounds great. Okay, but think twice. We'll deliver demon pork and treat it. That's how gliding dessert edicts go. Cooking is the client's responsibility. Around these parts. That's not it. No one bothers with stoves. They eat the raw bits for as long as they last. Raw? That's dangerous. Pork has parasites that. They don't care for flavor. It's about fulfilling the cravings of blood. Their feelings are not undue mismatch, but to them, health and parasites are ignorable territory. We're here in purgatory, around where sins comes to be cleansed. It's not certain that parasites lurks in anything at all. I can at least say that we're certain that food won't decay. The bacteria that cause rot live here. But strangely enough, it still is possible to make yogurt. Maybe a lactic acid bacil for reception. What did a presiding judge sort hurt to get bacteria from the bed? Must have been some more. Here's this thing, we have your order ready. I must go for delivery of God's body. By eating in this gift, in moderation, I will manage to endure gluttony. You are very welcome. If you have any dispute, please retain the attorney service from M&D law firm. Should you be telling that to the major sinners over in hell? We only pray here. Excellent point. In any case, here are your crystallized prayers. Thank you kindly. And here's your ship. Holy grow drops. Let me verify them. Those are indeed grow drops. Why would he pay with something so valuable? Here they are known as crystallized prayers. It matters the fact that they simply pop up after praying, like you're supposed to for so long. Enough. Just like that. Just like that. While we manage to store those things safely before anything happens. If we drop one somewhere, it'd be disastrous. Small as they may be, there are still magical energy resources. There's a possibility of spreading around any negative influence. Stuff like magical energy resource won't be able to be useful in at least these center types. So the best step is passing them on as a reward. Yeah, though I'd rather not be readily circulating the space. Not unless they're necessary, show them to Makusa when we're back. Guess one more spray. So there you have an example on how to pile up good deeds. Essentially it involves scattering what's fitting for the prudent sin's atonement. Where the Gliding District is concerned, you gather necessary foodstuff, handling over things and demands, insofar as the Greed District and so on. How's it work for Lust? Best steer clear of that. When it comes to the Lust District, it tends to be gather up our human bodies. I guess the safer option is to refrain. But then, denizens of Lust spend most of the time in prayer. They don't go outside where there's a temptation around every corner. So it's basically the safest ground of all. Well then, let's all be going back. Night is coming soon, and the angels will be about. Night? The sky is blank, but it's not dark. Don't you think it's actually too bright? It's nearly 6 in the evening. Night falls once the clock strikes 6. By night, the angels' eyes glow as they fly about so dreadful. An infestation of flying angels. In other words, let's hurry. Okay, everyone, let's hurry to the bus. Phew, safe and sound. Back at the Granada once again. You better go see Makusa Shiro. When you do, be sure to show him that thing. Arrivederci. See you again at supper time. Feels like we're meeting again all too soon. 221B Detective Agency is now resuming office hours. You're back. I see. Have you acquired any holy grow drops? We have, thanks to you. We're making progress. He's technically neutral, but still an enemy. Guess we'll find out anyway if we keep it a secret. I see in any case that'd be feasible for you to ease the burden somewhat for those wandering of purgatory. However, do not let your guards down. The angels are always close by. We won't. Aside from that, dinner tonight is stir-fried vegetables. Just check our vote too. Sounds delicious. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let's go show this Makusa master. Hello everyone, welcome back. By the looks of your work, landed proper reward. This you mean. Right, these are particular to the singularity. Holy grow drops circulate in great numbers. And try to bring salvation to more people and bring back another 6 of these. We need 6 more? Yes, 6 more should be enough for me to give you a fine gift. Got it. I've been looking forward to it. I can tell this is going to be a productive relationship. Dinner will be ready soon. What do you plan to do, Makusa? Right, I should be fine given that I won't be eating. Please let Irene know that I won't eat any. Oh, we got something we'd like to discuss with you later, but that won't be a problem. No, not at all. So dinner, King Asuka mentioned stir-fried vegetables or something. What we need now is meat for Irene. What sort of meat will it be? How Mr. Meat work for you? Oh, you surprised me. Let's just see Irene. What's up, feeling guilty for gossiping behind someone's back? Ash would never. You beat the girl herself to the reply. You know, I'm kidding. So we're talking meat. I brought some off a dog piece. It's Japanese all around, so we better go for shokayaki. You're definitely not Japanese though. In this day and age, you can tell someone's identity by their ID. I guess that's true, maybe it is. But anywho, I'm not Japanese either. Bitch. Shokoyaki right up my alley. So do you wanna help out with my cooking? I don't mean you, Curate. You must have done lots, so you gotta be worn out. Huh? No, I'm not very tired. Allow me to let a hint. No word. You just sit over there, Curate. Okay, let's all three of us do this. Everything's ready. Did anyone need more taste testing? What, you're done already? How's it turning out, Ernie? But as good as it gets. The ginger sauce is perfect. The way it pairs with the meat, it should be fine. Probably good. Yep, all three of you make sure you wash your hands before eating. Guess we better. The community washroom is behind room 101. Ah. Oh. Coming through. I think I just saw something. Somebody was there. Someone who looks a lot like Johnny. What's up? A servant who looked like Johnny. Silly, you're just imagining for stuff. Just a figment of your imagination. Hey, it is better than I thought. How you're liking it, Yuki. I'm delicious. I'm not good with chopsticks. Pass me a fork, please. Right here you are. You're real handy with chopstick smash. The stir fry is just as good. This is alright. The flavor in the vegetables is so strong. It's a pleasant to have such a big gathering around the dinner table. I don't know what's happened to Merody and Dante. Hey, sorry about that. It took longer than expected to file those documents. Ernest, is the food already served? It's Japanese today. Fine, they make good dishes. I ain't good at all with chopsticks, Dante. Hey, unfortunately I favored the fork. You have a tough time with the right race. There's bread to eat, so no problem. That's the same already. You got a palate on you. Not everyone's satisfied with my plain white rice. Don't worry about me. My Englishman can eat any cushions from any corner of the world. Now look here, then you say. Because your homeland's cooking is the worst of all. Do I have to fill out your every retreat? I don't care for those self-deprecating gigs. I draw the line at the race. I'm with Kata. Smiles. Can't say I approved force feeding the dumb jokes backwards. I can feel your kind heart stabbing me. When you guys just like Glenny's straight, how do things go? We handed over some demon boars meat as per request. Oh, Curie, that's so mean. The purpose gave someone meat just to make them suffer. I can see how it looks that way. That's how the commission went, so there's nothing to be done about it. The clan demanded that meat, and their responsibility ends once we hand it over. But isn't it just like serving drinks to an alcoholic? Not even close. Addicts, regardless of willpower, are in a state where their brains can't resist the addiction, leading further sins to be purged while suppressing their gluttony. It's fundamentally different things. The more you know may just sure solar. Wasn't that supposed to be a mage-specific view? I was thinking of stepping in. The conversation turned ugly, but it seems that was unnecessary. Well done, shutting the lid on that chatterbox. Bite me, you pair of half-wits. We have our wits intact. Last time Makusa didn't show. Oh well, gotta take some over to him. Seems he doesn't have any need to eat. Ugh, then I really gotta take some pie, just to be safe. I hope you're right. Irene, despite the appearance, knows where to draw the line. If Yamakusa Chiro rejects his meal, she's likely to bring it back. Can't eat a whole lot, but he subs it with gratitude. That's a relief. Hope he gets well soon, senpai. Thanks for the meal. Now what's left is washing dishes, wrapping up the individual serving, and placing it in the fridge. Yeah, that. You want this wrapped up? Would this be for the manager in room 101? Sure, you turn your back and find it eaten up. If we don't leave some aside, spooky things happens, like the granitor lights all shorting out. So freely haunted. You might meet her someday if the video was it. All left now is for everyone to go back to their rooms and sleep. Be sure to keep a lid on any boy girl hanky-panky curling. There won't be. Okay, then let's go consult with Makusa. We'll review everything that's ahead of us. Good evening, Makusa. We apologize for disturbing your rest. Oh no, that's quite alright. What brings you here? Starting tomorrow, we want to get serious about being proactive. We'd like to hear your opinion on what we should do. We don't mind. That's what you need. I'm happy to help. First, our current situation. Summoning serpent is possible. Temporary contract made with the rogue serpent Meraudi. Location for base is secured. Attendance of exile is ongoing, and we're being pursued by angels. Obtain a holy grail drop. Discover that we are in a purgatory and learn that it's structured to a good degree. No method found to make the presiding judge lift the exile sentence. We have plans to re-enter the court in conjunction with Meraudi. That catches us up. Sure does. Impressive, you made quite bigger progress in a single day. But there's a lot of information to take in, which leads us to discuss with you what to do with going forward. Good point, I hope you'll be prepared for a prolonged battle, primarily. For the time being, I recommend carrying on while basing yourself from the Granado. In fact, there really is no other option. That's true, the three of us are stuck being pursued by the angels. Therefore, it's wise to take all due care of your relationship with your peers, or servant in the absence of those. Also, be sure not to forget the rent owed to the manager. There was that too. Is that negotiable? If you don't mind imposing on me, I can listen whatever your problems you may have. We try not to have problems discussed. We don't want to try to worry you. No, me. I'd be out of a job like this. Come in. You still alive? Yes, I am, still hanging on. You didn't want a funeral, did you? Too much of a hassle, right? I don't need one. It's rare enough as it is to hear someone say they'd like to hold a funeral service for the death of a servant. That's a relief. My foremost request is for you to take care of the people killed at my place. What? No need to be surprised. But it's such a pain in the ass. There isn't any point even. No matter how hard you think about it, you can't win. They'll measure up logically, physically, or magically. But you can do something about that, can you? I think I'm better off losing myself in sloth. Not that it makes a difference anyhow, even I did join it. I can't win against her. She turned blind eye towards me, and that's it. Get it? I can't win against her. If she gets serious, she won't hesitate to shut me down. And even if she does, it doesn't count against her in the least. And it seems a better option to focus for a while on gaining strength. When you put it like that, I want to transfer, not just a addiction. Right, and I'm already of no use to them. Won't it be difficult? My whole life has been rife with difficulties. Don't hit me with such a heavy remarks. I'm thinking of it as a joke. The same thing, but I'm tired and going to bed. Good night, Makusa Shiro. Good night, Manager. Pain in the ass. Oh, that's right. If they gather enough wood grow drops from the purgatory to make up habriiel, then you can speak your true name. Sure, I'll do that. When they bring on despair, do you have the strength to overcome that immense despair? As an optimist, I'm inclined to think. Was I talking too much? Good morning, clients. Morning. So today we have, of course, a plan to hit every district. When it seems the residents have a request for you first for 221B Detect Ancient that is. Our office? What is this? 2 separate quests? Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? Staff of 221B Detective Agency. Right away. I would like to request the assistance for acquiring the stock of magical cerebrosus fluid. It's not a particular uncommon material. I suppose so, but it serves as a kind of IV for me. The demonic beasts in this area carry concentrate in their heads, so please bring in a few. Head, that is. Their heads? Suppose we bring back harvest of fluid instead. Carrying the heads seems a bit. Sure, that would do nicely. And let me thank you in advance. Request accepted. This is a heavy responsibility, Master. Harvesting all yours, cut off please. Don't ask so desperately. I can handle that myself fine. Let's be off. The location is in the mountains, bordering the Glen District. Some mountaineer. Not my element at all. Every last upward trail must go to help. Wait, that's where we are. Oh yes. Just checking my already. Was that a joke? Surely one saturated with English gentleman flavor. Here you see, even debug beats have been drawn in for a lab. I can think of more delicate ways to set it up, but we're in for a fight.
Say, 楽しむがいいぞ。
お気に入り。そう私もこんな風に。
なんだ？
カズラチャレンジ
なるほど。
ですね。逆説融合、かけらを集めてさなぎは蝶に変身する。お待たせマスター。これが私の究極体、アトムに暮らす無理やグッド。
立ち上がれ。まだ早い。ここで終わることは許さんぞ。
Brought down every debug beast here. Okay, let's start harvesting the fluid. Can I get you two to hold these things' heads? Roger that. It's not work which I'm custom. However, you don't hold it still. I spray all over the place. Yeah. Thank you very much. Here, take a holy grow drop. It's a reward. You had some of your own all along despite getting us to collect them. Experience goes a long way. Please gather a few more and bring them back. It makes no sense. He asking us to get some for him and then now he's giving us one. Unless he means us to collect 7. One more request. Good morning, King Ahsoka. The exterior walls are crumbling. Exterior walls. Yeah, he's not wrong. Those being known as angels, the beings, with their 9 ranked hierarchies, to 9 through the first orders. What's required is outer skin from them. 9 ranks, the orders from the celestial hierarchy before by side of Thanatos. But then calling things like those angels may be a misnomer. Your prayers can be affected if you bring back their skin, along with any inner machinery. Next year we will gather the material for the exterior. Right, so let's get this commission over and done with. If I were an angel, I'd go near the border between the purgatory and the court. Do fishing, please. Auto fishing, you please. Good day, are you well? Sorry to change that, but I simply must have this stone at you. There, and I'm Reno. I'm counting 10 hostile, which should be sufficient for Material King Ahsoka mission. Okay, we're still undergoing the sentence of exile. I'll probably give up on chasing already, but once we come into view. Over here, this way. There you go, looks like they home in a priority turrets. We're headed to the designated point master. Specifying a rankable side of does conclude. You're out of luck. Conclusion, nothing combat prohibition. I should cover you, and we're good to go. Now let's attend the exterior wall and any related materials. Wisdom to work them.
顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな、これが。さあ、光より早くアトムにクロスメリアンフット。お友達が欲しいんですね。いずれあっち見ていてくれます？顕微鏡でも見えない大きさに変えられると思う？できちゃうんだな、これが。さあ、光より早くアトムにクロスメリアンフット。いいちゃんとできます。逃がすものか。やっと血がたぎってきたのに終わりだなんて。いつの世も反乱分子。
No reinforcement in sight, including combat operation. Right, if the patrol fails to return, they'll be liable to mount a search. So make haste to take these back while there's still time. Okay. What do you think? Would this be enough to fix the sewer wall? It will do, take this. A whole girl jump, you sure about that? Hi. Thank you for coming. By the way, as long as we're here, I want to ask. Oh, what's with the pillar you've been carrying outside? And this would be... They didn't answer us!
先輩はイギリスのチーズ転がし祭りというものをご存知です。優れたマスターにはこう
god, I'm feeling so low energy. Before I do like section 5, I think I'll stop here. Just so I can get some energy.